Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here with another Dawnless Day siege for you today, and Arnor is here defending with the elves against the forces of evil in this epic 2v2 that we have here. We have Arnorian knights sallying out, and they are preparing to face against the armies of these things over here. So we have Eastlings, and we also have Mordor, and they are taking on Linden, and they are taking on Eriador, which is kind of Arnor. I'll probably end up calling them Arnor because it's just easier to say, But yes, we have the elves here. We haven't seen Linden in a little while. I haven't really seen much of the elves in a little while. But yes, I hope you guys have been enjoying the content recently and enjoying the Dawnless Days as well. I do apologize. It hasn't been too much recently. I've actually been a little bit short on Dawnless Days replays. So if you've got some, do remember to send them in. And feel free to join the Discord and send them in. It's the best place to do so. The Discord is down below in the description. But yeah, I'm always looking for more Dawnless Days replays because you guys really love it, and I just want to keep showing it as long as possible. I'm really looking forward to when we're gonna have a new update or stuff like that. Sure, I'm sure it'll be very, very soon, but I'm busy waiting. I always get asked by people, when is the next update gonna be? But they're doing a lot of big things. I've seen lots of maps, and I'm sure the campaign as well is obviously on the horizon. But yes, I am looking forward to it. But yes, if you're enjoying the Dawnless Days, I want to see more of it. More Lord of the Rings generally. Do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment to show your support. But yes, I am back now from my trip away. And yeah, I'm glad to be back. I mean, I enjoyed my time off, but it's also great to be back and making more epic videos for you as well, as we have some Bree post-watch here getting absolutely focused on, and Dunedain Rangers as well. So we've got some good archers, do Eriador, available to them. Got some Uruk Throng here that are getting shelled hard, it looks like, by... well, I think actually they're not getting shelled. I think they're just getting hit by watchtowers. These guys, these are Attila archer towers, you've got to remember. They are brutal. Got Orc Pillagers as well coming up first. Interesting tactic here by Mordor to send up these Orc Pillagers first. They are like medium shock infantry. They have really poor missile block. And shock infantry in a siege battle is very, very key. Like, you really need to hold on to it. But like things like the gatekeepers over there here, which are really heavily armored and really nasty crossbow unit, these guys will chew through them if they come there. I mean, even the Breed Postwatch, which is like a pretty poor missile infantry unit, will do the same. Personally, I think they're going to hold on to these crossbows, these gatekeepers for the Olokai back here, which they've got silver chevron Olokai ready and waiting. So I mean, these guys won't be sent in until the very end, I'm sure. But I'm sure they'll hold on to those gatekeeper ammunition till then. But yeah, definitely stick around and see how this one goes down. It's a very close one, I've been told. I mean, numbers are looking pretty dire for the defenders, as they always do if you got like forces of evil on the defense, on the attack, sorry. And forces good on the defense. It never looks good for them. But they have got the more elite troops. I mean, you got like elves. You got to remember these guys are nasty. I mean, also like Eriador, they got some solid units. I mean, not these guys. These Bree spearmen, not that great. They are heavy spears, but they're nothing impressive. But they look great. And we are using the Lost Factions mod here today, I should mention, for those of you that'll be asking, how the heck have you got Eriador? That is how you get it. You get it with the Lost Factions. I'll leave the description for that in description of the mod, or the sub mod in the description, as well as obviously I'll put Dawnless Days there as well, of course, for you guys to check it out. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one, that is for sure. I don't think there's anything else over here. Oh, we do actually have some Eastlings over here. I did think the Eastling army looked a little small, so it does seem like the Eastlings are contributing a few troops, not much, just a little bit. This Onager back here, I don't know what he's shooting at. Let's have a look. Let's see what he's going for. I mean, he's still going for archers. Looks like he's going for the Bree Spearman here, this choke point. And he does connect, and he hits a few. Oh, actually, that was a pretty nasty one there. There's a lot of Bree Spearmen that are not getting up. They may have lost a few limbs to a catapult. Not really sure if you'd lose a limb to a catapult, or if you just kind of like just crumple. I don't think you lose a limb, more like your limb just gets absolutely annihilated and broken to smithereens if you're getting hit by a solid rock. But I don't know, maybe. I mean, I've not had the experience, and I hopefully will never do, but yeah, these guys are not getting up. They've lost 20 already in that first volley. That's pretty nasty. They're going after the halberdiers over here, which is a good target. Defenders really clumping up their troops, in my opinion. They've got spears here of the elves. They've got halberdiers and shock infantry all ready and waiting in an area they should really be pushing further up. This is EDORAS. It seems like it's on a really weird map. It seems like it's very sandy here for some reason, unless they redid it, which I don't believe they have. But yeah, they're here on EDORAS. They really need to move further up this hill and just try and defend there. That's what they need to do. The tower obviously has been destroyed. which I think does a little bit of damage to Loki and Maceman when they come in, but not too much. We've got clan guards being brought here. I mean, that's never a good sign as these things are really being clan guards, but I guess not a bad idea in case a charge got off. But yeah, these clan guards aren't going to achieve much on the attack. They're really a defensive unit, and they've got big shields and spears, which are good for missile blocks and like holding the line. But yeah, they're not good for trying to push through a choke point. But they look great. I do love the look of the Easterlings and the Loki Rim. They look amazing. But yeah, they can take on the Bree Spearmen, I guess, or maybe they'll just defend the flank. Because there is a lot of cav mooching about, like those Arnorian knights like we saw. But as you can see here, Varag warriors, we actually have, yeah, we have a lot of these things actually landing. Well, I say they're landing, oh, they have the tower bug. I don't think they're going to be able to land, are they? That is going to be a problem. I guess the tower bug, yeah, that's going to be a massive problem for the attackers. But I guess they could open a choke point, or they did have a ram. What has happened to their ram? Oh, they destroyed it. I'm pretty sure they destroyed the tower. Yeah, they just have to march through the gate and just take it with, I don't know, some orc pillagers or something. And try and do something. But yeah, I don't know what they're going to do first. I think this side's going to take a little longer. Mordor, you know, they're small-minded. They're orcs. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what to do once the towers aren't working. But yeah, I'll just make a little cut for now. And I will return once some fighting gets underway, because I feel like it's going to be quite slow paced to start with. So I'll see you guys in a moment. And we are back, and as you can see, the orc villagers over here are getting filled with arrows. I mean, fire arrows as well, which I don't know if that's a good idea. It does damage to morale, yes, but not really great for accuracy. And yeah, I don't know what they're doing there, but we're going to get a charge from the Arnorian knight and also the general here. So this is going to be pretty brutal. Onto shock infantry as well. Really good target to go for. You can see these guys losing instantly. Really good charge. I mean, obviously the risk is that shock infantry can get some good kills on cav once they retreat. But we're going to see spears come in. And this will certainly help, because spears against shock infantry does usually win that. But yeah, we should see a pretty good result here. I mean, also, archers into the back lines. We've got gatekeepers here mercilessly firing into the back. They cannot miss. But yeah, they should easily mop them up. I wouldn't even use too much ammo. I think the spears have got this. Over on this other side now, looks as though... Oh, no, the spears have not engaged here yet. Not quite. We do have archers, though, here. Varag bowmen shooting on the Noldorian swords. Elves really need to get these archers out of here. These are expensive elves, and they do not want to be just losing them to archer fire like this. That's something that orc pillagers. That's fine if you lose these guys to archers. It's annoying, because these are like the only shock infantry available to Mordor. But they're cheap. Mordor's got numbers. Elves don't. They can't afford to lose men unnecessarily. You can see here the Bree Spearmen. I mean, these Bree Spearmen, they've got like very strange looking spears going on, actually. Let's see if we can get a bit of a look at them. Let's have a look at one of the... Yeah, look at this chap at the back here. Look at his spear. What is that design? Very weird design. I'll say that much. Yeah, they should win here. I think these pillagers, yeah, wavering, broken. Archers already firing fire arrows. Not a bad idea, but it's not really they're breaking them, yes, but do they need a fire arrows? No, they're wasting ammo, really, in my opinion. The next up is Loki and Maceman. This could be a bit of a problem. I would certainly use some archer ammo on that is for sure. Over here now, we do have the elves charging in. They decide to commit them against these spears. The spears losing instantly because of this charge. Really nice. And shock infantry wards the room, losing as well to these elves. Incredible here from the elves. Getting some really nice charges off. I mean, the elves will start to die once the archers start to take effect, which I'm sure these Varag bowmen are still firing. Actually, they're not. They're firing on the Dunedain Rangers back here, which is also not a bad target. Rangers have very low armor, but really good range and accuracy. So definitely worth focusing and taking these guys out. I get these guys back. Just save them for a later date. Really, like archers, you're just not going to win this fight with 3v1, even if you've got Dunedain Rangers. Just send in, just let the infantry fight here. You should do okay. These elves are already doing good enough damage. These clan guards and the wards of room, they're doing some really good damage. I mean, at least your archers are distracting the enemy archers, but you want to save them for later. Archers are key on a defense. Especially can turn a battle and kill off key things like trolls and pikes and polearms, which I'm sure the enemy have got plenty of. I mean, the elves and Eredor have probably brought their own polearms. The elves, if they have brought them, have got some of the best polearms around. Those Wards of Ruin retreating. They're at half strength already. That was incredible by the elves. Did the elves bring their really elite polearms? They did. They did bring the Noldorian nobles. These guys are nasty. The attackers already needed to save ammo for these. Even if they can't see them, they just need to expect that they are brought, because they are usually always brought by the elves, or certainly Linden. Linden's the only one being able to bring them. Over here, let's just turn around, get a better angle. You can see here, as you can see, these things are going to try and sneak a unit around. They're looking for that gap. And Eredor has realized it, or the elves have realized it. I'm not sure who. Actually, no, it is Eredor has realized it. And they're going to try and shoot their gatekeepers into the macemen. But, yeah, maybe the pathfinding doesn't work. I don't know. But, yeah, they're just going to keep piling in the Locurim then into here. And it looks like they will break through. I mean, Axemen, they've got really good armor piercing. Well, they're macemen, really, but they're down as axes. But, yeah, they do have really good armor piercing. And against spears will usually get beaten by things like swords and axes, so this is not surprising here. There's Bree Spearmen all losing. They need some... actually, they're just going to abandon it. They're not going to support this area anymore. They're going to put a shock infantry and polearms next. Not a bad idea. I wouldn't really fight here any longer, because really, if they wanted to, the attackers, they could be smart, and they could just use these Urk archers and shoot into the back of the spears. This is not really a good spot for either side, really. To be honest, the attackers can grind here for as long as they want, because they probably got more numbers, and so can the defenders, and both sides can just keep shooting each other in the back. But it's, like I said, it's not really... Well, the defenders want a better spot. They want to be able to shoot into the backs and not allow the attackers to do the same. But really, only the defenders are taking advantage of this really good position. Oh, I say that as arrows start flying in. Yeah, the Uruk's now firing into the backs of these Bree Spears, and that'll last not very long now. Oh, we have Cav coming up, and the defenders did retreat. These Noldorian swords started to take losses, so I guess they retreated. And it looks like we might have a cav fight here. Arnorian Knights, which is still hidden. Yeah, the Varric Lance is going to see them now. Are they going to persist? They are. Okay, so we're going to have a cav fight here. And, I mean, this is not going to be good for the attackers. I mean, because the defenders have shock infantry really close that can support. And shock infantry and spears in a cav fight, very good supporters. So, yeah, the shock infantry should do well. And the spears coming up as well. Yeah, there's Varric Lancers in trouble. I mean, there are Locurim Macemen coming up, which is not a bad support unit as well, but yeah, the barracks, this is just going to turn into another infantry fight, I imagine. If both players are really good, they'll just retreat their cavalry and allow their infantry to continue the fight. Because both have got shock cav in combat here, and both in prolonged melee are not great. Like now, yeah, Arnor's retreating his cav, really well done. The barracks going to continue. Probably because they have the attack command. They're not actually purposely pulling through. It's a common mistake. Like, you give the attack order, and when the cav unit retreats, the other cav unit will chase a little bit, and unfortunately you lose a lot of men. But yeah, the Varric staying in here. This is really surprising. Noldorian swords are actually losing decisively now. Also a bit of a concern. Elves and men here fighting side by side, as they always have done. What I'm most disappointed about is because Eredor can bring hobbits. I haven't seen a single hobbit on the battlefield. Very disappointing. But yeah, the Eastlings here should break through, I imagine. It's very similar to the other side. It's axes versus spears. We're actually seeing footmen of Arnor come up, which are one of the elite sword unit for Arnor, or for Eredor. You can only bring 3 of them, so you got to use them wisely, but they look epic. They really do. I wish this was like a unit that wasn't capped, because I really like the look of this unit. But yeah, they're going to get sent in. They are heavy melee infantry. They're solid. They should be able to push back. Personally, I think these guys are pretty overpowered. I always think they seem to get insane kills and choke points. But maybe it's because they're fighting like forces of evil, maybe. Dunedain Rangers here really not being used well there. Just get them back. Like, they're getting focused down. This is just not working. They need more infantry over here, or just need a retreat. Because these things are kind of pushing through pretty nastily. I mean, I just use the Dunedain Rangers somewhere where the enemy archers can't reach you. I mean, at least they're using the ammo up on other archers. But still, it's, yeah, just the Varric Bowmen murdering these Dunedain Rangers really nastily here. Really nasty. Oh, we have an assault now over on this side as well. Arnorian Swordmasters, they have a nasty double-handed sword unit in here for Arnor as well. Their best shock infantry as well here, being sent in against Uruks. They're getting focused down though by archers. Yeah, those Uruk archers over there, really focusing them down. I mean, they're going to kill off this throng, but it's a nasty shock infantry unit that they're losing here. really, it's not going to be able to do much in another wave. The next wave coming up, not going to be able to stop it. I mean, the sword, again here as well, Breedman arms, just being focused down in the flank. They're not as good as those footmen we've just seen, but they're still pretty solid. Could they get the gatekeepers or like some elven archers to compete? I mean, it's not really worth it, I guess, shooting Uruk archers when you've got things like halberdiers to come up, you've got guards of the teeth, and Olog High. They've got some really nasty stuff. So does the Eye. My gosh, they brought some expensive stuff. I don't know how much like the funds were, but Mordor seems to be able to bring a lot of stuff. I mean, I guess he hasn't brought like loads of like mainline infantry, which he's just brought more support, which is maybe why the Eastlings are over here supporting him. But yeah, look at that, breaking those pillages. No surprise, Swordmasters would. And they're probably just going to charge on because they're going to die. They might as well charge on. But yeah, really, I mean, the good thing with the Eastlings is that they have got things like Varric Bowmen, which are a really solid hybrid unit. They can get out Sword and Shield, and they're pretty solid. So, like, in late game, that might be very, very important. Over here, like we said, it's not looking great, these Bree Spearmen here, with their odd assortment of spears getting absolutely annihilated by elite shock infantry. The Wards of Rune being sent up, along with, I mean, a mix of all sorts. We've got Clan Guards, we've got Macemen, we've got all sorts in here, baying for the blood of these Bremen. It's going to be really fun to see Bree in, like, Total War, for instance. It's been added recently as well to Last Alliance, which is really cool to see him in that. But yeah, I want to see Bree in Dawnless Days a bit more. Because they're a really cool faction. Really I feel like they're an underdog every time I see them. We have lots of Arnorian Knights so pushing up here against Locrian Macemen and Archers here. And there's nothing they can really do about this. They didn't bring any spears here to stop them. This is going to be painful. I send in one, certainly. I mean, they're going to form a shield wall, but it's not a long-established one, so it doesn't usually do a lot of damage, save them from a lot. Oh, a lot of volleys, though, coming in from archers. I think that's mainly the Uruks, but the Locrian archers also did get off a volley, and you can see they are focusing down these knights here. When they're heavily armored, they will do a lot of damage. Look at that. They've annihilated that Locrian Maceman, taking few losses, like 2 losses. That is incredible. These knights are incredible. I think they might try another charge just to finish these guys off. They certainly don't need both units. Halberds now being sent up. Now is the time of the gatekeepers, or the post-watch here. Focus these guys down. Oh, Arnold's like, nah, I'm not having it anymore. These guys are basically redundant now.
The men are broken and
they are pretty finished. But yeah, this is the time of the Elven Archers here. Noldorian Archers, focus down this halberd. Oh no, we're having another charge. We are. Arnold's like, you know what? I changed my mind. I'm going to kill you all. And he does. I would get out of there now. Why is Bree Dunedain Rangers firing fires? I mean, it's pretty good for morale. Yes, they'll break this archer unit here. Just shoot the halberds. They're more of a problem. This tiny little archer unit is going to do nothing for the rest of the game. They're focusing it down and using a lot of ammo just to kill that one unit. Yeah, morale, they're doing a lot of damage. Who cares? You break that unit anyway. You're better just shooting one volley of normal ammunition than shooting it, and probably you might break it anyway. But yeah, these halberds, elite. Oh, this is good. 97 already, doing a lot of damage. Yeah, the elves here are focusing down, getting rear shots as well. These Noldorian archers mercilessly gunning them down. Keep this up, boys. You've got a lot more Eastling skill. Have they actually got any? Yeah, they got supply barrels. They need to try and keep these guys in the game. Supply barrels are massively important. I'm surprised I couldn't put it further up, maybe, because supply barrels, like I said, are very, very important. You can resupply your army, and it's so key for archers. Like, you can use them like 2 or 3 times. Oh, Gatekeeper's about to get caught out, though. And certainly on like things like the Elven Archers, like getting resupplies, massive. Oh, these Gatekeepers might get back. They are okay in combat, but better if they use all their ammo up first. Yeah, they have the Summons the Eye up here as well. I don't know if they actually got an effective charge off, but yeah, they're in there. We've got lots of Uruk Throng now charging up. They want some man flesh. Or some elven flesh, in fact. There is the option of some spicy elven flesh. Actually, I can imagine it wouldn't be very spicy. Probably quite bland, because all the elves eat is salad. You want some salad-eating elves for breakfast today, boys? They're going to go in. They're going to try and break through this spear line, but Linden spears often in shield wall are a tough foe, to be honest. These guys will probably still get a decent amount of kills. I did say earlier spears do pretty terribly in combat, but Elven Spears, they're a different breed. And with Noldorian swords supporting, they should do okay. Those halberds got broken. I just wouldn't even bother shooting these archers. They're not doing any damage. Or you could just send down the cav again. Send down the cav and you could rout it pretty quickly. Over on this side, we do have Footmen of Arnor in here, and they're losing. What two? Wards of Rune. That's not surprising. We'll quickly just look at this fight, because I've also seen something quite interesting. We've got elves supporting them. That's very good. But I've seen something very interesting here. We've got Arnor here. Look at this. Arnor is going to try with his general, not with his general, with his cav, and try and assassinate the Bane in the Steppes. Don't know if it'll work, because his halberds literally just by it, and they have shock infantry as well. Like, he's not really going to be able to do anything, but certainly keeping pressure on the cav. I mean, I personally think this cav has been much more effective inside the walls than outside. I would not be using it outside right now. Maybe at a later stage of the game, you could try this. When these resources are needed elsewhere. I also have the other cav here. I would have really had this now outside to protect the general. It's not really being too effective inside. It's turning into quite a grindy fight. But yeah, Arnold might try and go for that general at some point. Keep an eye on that. But right now, he's busy in the streets of EDORAS. I mean, it seems like it's evening out a little bit more now that the shock infantry's left, but I mean, they're just going to get shot at. They're getting shot at by a tiny Dunedain Ranger, of course. The cav did go back down and deal with those archers, like I said it should. Mortar's looking a little thin on the ground, I'm not going to lie on this side. A lot of archers left, and a lot of them out of ammo. We are going to see the trolls come up in a moment. But this is, I think, of what the defenders want. They want the trolls up. We've got post-watch here ready. I would start shooting them as soon as they get in range. Or you could get up your halberds. I'd bring up the Bree halberds at some point as well to deal with the trolls. I mean, spears in here as well, they'll do a decent damage. Spears are pretty good counter to trolls. And trolls certainly going into the back of this combat is not going to be effective. They don't really have the best charge. Like, they don't... Let me reword that. Let me start again. Trolls. They're big. They're great. In Dawnless days, they can't really just push their way through to the front. They, I don't know what it is. They just don't seem to just want to do it. I think they've been trying to sort that out in the mod. Try and get the trolls to just force their way through to the front lines. But they just kind of stay at the back. So you kind of need to send the trolls in first, then very, very quickly after. It's actually a bit of a skill, to be honest. Yeah, why are they using fire arrows again? I'm not going to scare the trolls off. You then, once you... Oh, I don't know. They actually did kind of make it there, you know. On this side they did. But you can see here at the back, these guys kind of just got stuck in. They're just going to get shot at, and they're not going to be very effective. So really you need to send in your trolls first, and then like literally 30 seconds, maybe not even that, like 10 seconds after your trolls have arrived, to have the infantry go in. It's kind of a skill. Like if you've seen the Battle of the Five Armies, like Azog waits till his trolls get to the front lines of his orcs before he's like gives the command to attack. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that. You literally have to wait until the trolls are at the front, let them charge in first, get the good charge bonus off, break the formation, then send in the orcs. It literally kind of goes like that. The Noldorian swords here, though, are actually carving through. They are winning slightly again. So I'm guessing all this throng down here. The trolls might be evening it out. I'm not really sure. They don't seem like they're killing too many, but the trolls, I'm sure, are taking a lot of fire. These elven archers, oh, they brought up fresh elven archers. Incredible. Very, very good. They're going to need them. I'm hearing Cav come up here. There's halberds here waiting for you, Cav. Do not charge in. This shield wall here is deceptive. There are spiky boys in there. If you charge in, you will die. Honestly, you got to bring up the might have to bring up the guards of the teeth. Or what else they got? Yeah, more guards of the teeth. Okay, you might need to bring some of them up. To be honest, it's probably the best time to bring them up because most of the archers are distracted by the trolls. Might be a good time to try and push through elsewhere. You can see here gatekeepers have gone down and they've gone and used the supply barrel. Really good teamwork there by the defenders, bringing up the, like, making sure they use the archer ammo. I mean, gatekeepers is a solid unit to use, like on crossbow ammo is going to be very key for killing trolls. I'm surprised they used their ammo up so early. I thought they might, like, hold on to it, but if they knew they were going to resupply the crossbows, that's fine. They got good armor piercing, and that's going to be useful for the trolls. And look at this. Arnor is just holding bay. holding at bay the Eastlings right now. The elves as well, they're retreating, but I mean, that's not a bad idea. The shock infantry, if they get a good charge bonus off, might be pretty useful. I mean, it looks like Eastlings as well, running low on ammo. I mean, there were instances where they had like 3 Varric bowmen firing at 1 Dunedain. Yeah, you killed it quickly, but you're using a lot of ammo up on 1 unit. You've literally got, I think, this 1 unit with a bit of ammo left. It's a bit concerning. I think over here they had a low Curim, didn't they? But it got routed. Yeah, Eastlings looking thin on the ground for ammunition, which is great for the defenders. Because they're like their pikes and polearms, they're going to be safe. I mean, this general over here is looking less and less safe. They're bringing over the Arnorian general, which is a risk in itself. I mean, I think what they might try and initiate is general v general, and then have this other knight go into the back. But it's still risky. There's wards of ruin very close, and there's another cav unit. They've got to be careful of this. It's risky. Oh, are they going to just go all the way around? I think they are. I think these Arnorian knights are going to go all the way around, maybe go for the other general, which is not a bad idea, but again, risky, because that Stones to the Eye is a melee cav unit. It's pretty good in prolonged melee. Trolls starting to die here, by the way. They're 4 out of 10, and that's probably also representative of their performance. They've not been great here. They've not really broken through at all on this elven line, which has also now been, like I said, supported by halberdiers. There's a good move here by Bree, bringing up by Eridor, bringing up their halberdiers. I'm trying to, like, you know, name Eridor or Arnor like something new every single time. It's Bree, then it's Eridor, it's Arnor. I'm sure in the title it'll be Arnor. Look at them smashing down. Oh, they just knocked down the officer of the elves. He might get it back up, but he might not as well. It is quite awesome, though, to see like the trolls swing. They just like knock and displace like 5 or 6 men. It does cause a bit of chaos. And who doesn't love a bit of chaos in Total War? Noldorian swords are wavering now. I mean, they have been in the fire a long time. These guys have done a lot of damage. These Uruk-Throng are about to go as well. Yeah, literally all the infantry here. It could break at any moment. It then just leave the trolls high and dry. And like I said, not looking great on the old infantry front, but look at this. Big push by Mordor here. They're going to throw up all, not 1, but 2, which is all. I was trying to make that sound more epic, but I realized I couldn't. They're going to send up all of their guards to the teeth. All 2. They are capped at 3, so I mean, they still brought a substantial amount. But yeah, I mean, 2 polearms in this 1 choke point. Not a bad idea. They should overwhelm the Bree halberdiers. It would even be better if they brought up maybe some trolls to throw in and maybe try and break. Well, maybe not trolls actually. Maybe some archers. Throw in some archers, just to kind of support. I think halberds always do better with a bit of infantry support in some form. So archers would probably be fine. Swords would be better. But we'll see. We'll see what they do. I just think they get the job done quicker. Halberds are very slow in killing things. As you can see, they're just getting a poking fight here. Seems the swords are going to retreat. That's probably the worst decision they could have made, Arnold. I think, like I said, halberds with a bit of support do a little bit better. Just because the swords can get kind of close and kind of force the halberds into a bit of a fight. Oh yeah, look at this. They are annihilating these Bree halberdiers. Annihilating them. Oh, they are bringing up archers. Oh, but the elves have realized. The elves are like, you know what? We'll focus on these guards of the teeth, which are starting to lose now. Oh, this is actually doing a lot of damage. More than I thought. Oh, they needed to come up a little bit earlier, I think, because these trolls are basically done for. They're not really that interested in killing them off. One is winning, but one is losing of these halberdiers. Take that how you will. If they break through here, though, then they can get behind and just deal with all these troops and help release the Eastlings, which are really starting to run out of some steam here. By the way, we do have an Arnorian knight literally just waiting here, and it's hidden. How is it hidden? How is the general not see it? There's 1 tree hiding this man. Here we go. We're going to see a charge there. They're going to try and assassinate the Witch King himself. Pretty hard, since he can't be killed by any man. And as far as I'm aware, you're all men. Here we go. In they go. They turn and face. Yeah, it's not a great charge, but I mean, charging into cavalry is never so... it's never so effective. But yeah, look, I imagine they might turn something around, might turn some of these Uruk-Throng around. It was an okay charge, but I imagine the Witch King here in prolonged melee is going to do okay. Plus it's heavy versus very heavy. So they were actually they're out-armored, I guess is the word I'm going to go for. Make up a word. So they really, even on the charge, so it was going to be a rough one for the Knights of Arnor, but they're doing okay. Actually, I was starting to cause them to lose. We'll come back to this because that will take a little while, but they might win that. And if Mordor loses its general, they're in real trouble because Mordor's not great on morale once its general's dead. So Witch King in a little bit of trouble. We have now got the Varrigs in combat, or Variags, I think I should say. These hybrids should do okay. Noldorian swords, combat even. Arnor footmen also holding the line. Oh, these halberds over here have actually held. My gosh, I'm surprised. We also have more cav out here. I presume they came through this gap here in the line where the halberds aren't really fighting, and they try to go after Sons of the Eye or maybe the archers. But yeah, this is an interesting fight they've got themselves into here. Don't think the Arnor is going to win this one, but I don't know. We'll see. Balance power, by the way, it's looking good now. I mean, it's even numbers for defenders and attackers, which is always a good sign for the defenders. But the attackers, they still have some trolls left. They've still got some pikes, I think, on the other side. Yeah, they've still got pikes over here, or pole arms over here. They've got some decent use. Cav as well, but yeah, they're gonna have to try and pull out a bit of a miracle here. Cav is starting to lose here. Arnorian Knights. We have got Footmen of Arnor going in. They're gonna go in against these archers, and these Uruks should be cut down. To be honest, they won't be getting their man flesh today. They will be being cut down by the men of Arnor. So they're gonna get a volley in the flank of those Arnorians. Got more archers in the distance over there setting up. Got elves as well coming in. My gosh, they're really pushing. The attackers are going to be aggressive. Looks like we might see some polearms, some Noldorian nobles here. Maybe they will replace the Eriador ones here, or they might. I'll go over here and start pushing back this way. You're going to win here, but they're going to need reinforcements. The elves, they'll run out of steam eventually. This push they're making will eventually start to falter. Looks like they're going to retreat themselves. I'd retreat these shock infantry. Actually, we're going to see a charge. I don't think they're going to get a chance. Retreat, elves! You're about to get run down by Varreg lancers here. The lighting here is not great. I do apologize. Yep, they're going to run now. Oh, the Varregs, yeah. They definitely could have got a charge off there. The Varreg lancers have been fine charging to all of those. Oh, they're going to form diamond first? I don't know. This will make it more complicated to get out of there. It does just give you a charge bonus, but they would have been better just to charge straight in. The element of surprise is kind of gone. But it doesn't really matter. They should still smash through, but we'll see. They're not doing much. And actually, look at this, because the archers have all broken, and I think some of them retreated as well. The Sons of the Eye here is in real trouble. And how is it looking over here? Yeah, as I expected, the Sons of the Eye would turn around and win this one. Melee Cav just does. They have the initial disadvantage because they get charged, but then they do turn it around as prolonged melee goes on. But not over here. Not when you have halberds and swords supporting. Like that, they would have won out there with the Arnorian Knights if they had halberds or say, I don't know, swords supporting them, but they didn't. And look at this, we have lots of floating Arnorians. Do love a sub mod. Does make for interesting stuff. But yeah, the Sons of the Eye should be broken here very shortly. And then it's not looking great, put it like that. We've got Varreg warriors over here. And we've got trolls, and we've got some archers and some swords. But yeah, and they've got the catapult. Has he still got ammo? No, he's out. Yeah, it's looking... They're kind of running out of options here and what to do. The defenders still have got some solid units. They've still got shipwright nobles and stuff like that. I'm actually wondering what the funds were for the defenders as well. They've got some solid units here. Yeah, really surprised at the... the elves have only really sent in, I guess, a few shock infantry, maybe. And these spears have held for a long time. Like I said, they would. But yeah, no, I am kind of surprised at how much is still left. Footmen of Arnor here have been beaten back, and it looks like the shock infantry has as well. And they haven't got anything here close at hand. Arnor might be about to send in his general, which is getting shot to pieces. They need to get a move onto the elves and get stuff over here, unless they're not going to defend here anymore. Looks like they might give it up. Elves haven't told Arnor, though, which is still pushing down with swords, a healthy sword unit. But yeah, Arnor is gonna get abandoned here by the elves, I think, a little bit. The elves like, you know what, we're gonna fall back to more defensive positions. Clangard, they're just spearing the footman of Arnor. It's a brutal way to go. And there you go. They've been broken there, and the general is on the retreat. We've still got some elven archers out here, which are about to get caught. They are resupplying, but they're going to get caught because, yeah, they weren't getting back in time. That's a shame. It's going to be abandoned. Really, I feel like the elves could have got over here, blocked this off. Like, it's definitely doable. I personally think they could defeat Mordor now. They could make the push down on the Mordor, and they are. I mean, Eridor is. I'd have the yeah, I was gonna say I'd have the Eridor general defend their rear just to make sure these guys don't get screwed over, because really they should defeat these orcs, and then they can carry on their push. They can shot on the back now. I mean, I don't know. Oh, well, I guess by orc archers that is a bit of a problem. Should still beat them, I would have thought. I mean, you could get the footman of Arnor back if you wanted to, but I mean, they're going to retreat the halberds. That's a really bizarre move. I get these footmen back. I mean, you can also get the elves just keep shooting into the backs of these guys. I mean, really, I'd save the ammo for the Olokai. You can start shooting them as well. They're definitely in range of these elves. But hey, we're going to see a charge in a moment. The Cav here, I think the Eastern Cav knows that there's a general here for the taking. But really, this could just bring in oh my gosh, that was friendly fire from the Arch Tower. Really, the elves can now just push out and they can support. And this cavalry here needs to be careful, though. They need to be careful, sorry, of this cavalry. Look at this, the halberds. And the Cav's going to charge the halberds. This is risky. They're going to get caught. Oh, actually, they kind of got caught. They kind of didn't. What are they going after? They're going after all this shock infantry down here. It's not a bad idea. I think they'll get caught out here, though. This is going to be messy. This is going to be a messy-ass fight in a moment. General here is losing, though. For the Arnorians, the Bane Steps is just too much. But with the support of all this infantry down here, though, it is losing a lot of it. That rear charge did not like it. They should break this Lancer, though, I'd imagine. The Spear's just chasing after them like, we will catch you. Our halberds retreating as well. Footmen are winning over here, even though they were getting shot by archers and still are. I guess they just like the better rear shots they're getting over here with the gatekeepers. But yeah, this is going to where the battle's be decided, I think. For the Eastlings. The Eastlings are thrown in their general. They've really risked everything here. I mean, if you can kill Arnor's general, it's probably Arnor will probably break, because I don't know how great their morale really is without a general. If they die here, Eastlings, I mean, what remains of their army, which they've still got some healthy stuff, will break. Bane the Steps doing okay. They need to get infantry up and try and surround these guys. I mean, they could surround a lot of Noldorian nobles here, which is big units to break here. Arnorian general getting out of there. He's safely escaped. And now the massacre of the Bane of the Steppes can begin. And this is sad to see. He's just surrounded and being squished by Erebor halberdiers. Eridor, sorry. And the Noldorian nobles. But there you go, he's dead. That is a shame. And actually, in the end, I was questioning that play to pull back the halberdiers. It actually really worked. I mean, there was only 30 of them left, but 30 halberdiers was enough to break that Bane of the Steppes. And really well done there. And there you go. Now the Eastlings are going to be in real trouble. They're already their archers over here breaking. Varric Bowman. There's no match to the elves over here. With no general. And that's the thing. I mean, Linden can go without its general. Elves are really good with no general. I mean, what did they bring for general? They brought the shipwright nobles. So, I mean, yeah. And they've left him way at the back. Don't even need him. And it's going to be a real problem now. I mean, the forces of evil might as well just throw what they have left in. And just try and make a good go of it. I mean, here we go. Olokai coming in. Gonna hold, Man of Arnor. You've done so well this battle. Try and hold one last time. And in go the Olokai. It was a very underwhelming charge. Bang, though. In they go. I mean, maybe underwhelming charge, but I'll tell you what's not underwhelming. Getting squashed by a big old hammer. Still looks so funny. I really hope they make trolls better. I think they still need... I mean, trolls do quite well. I still think it takes a bit of skill. And I don't want to be, like, harsh on some players, but I think just for, like, some of the weaker players in Dawnless Days, I think they need to make trolls almost like, this is going to do really well, whatever skill a player is. Maybe that will come with just, like, the trolls being able to push through lines a bit more, like do a bit of a trample. Have a trample effect. They don't really seem to have one. And I think a bit of a trample effect, like a cavalry unit, would, and like elephants have as well, would be a bit more effective. They get so many more kills, I think. Because I think if you have like really good archers, and they're already dying, look at this. Down a 4 out of 10. That is not representative of their performance. That was a 1 out of 10 performance. They barely made a dent into this footman of Arnor. I mean, maybe because these guys are really strong, and they're not really balanced with... Lost faction units aren't really balanced with Olokai, but I certainly just feel like... Oh my god, how did these guys get behind? I guess they came down here. Wards of Rune into the back, though, of these footmen of Arnor. They're going to kill them. The trolls are going to go in for a rear charge. This is definitely where they're pretty good. In a rear charge, trolls are very effective. Or flanks, they're really good. But yeah, I just feel like trolls, they are feared a bit, but if you've got a lot of ammo and crossbows, they're really easy to deal with. And I think they just need to be just made a little bit more scary, a little bit more harder to kill sometimes. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. That's just my opinion. I just feel like recently trolls, I mean, everyone knows, bring a couple of crossbows and leave them to kill the trolls. You're probably okay. Unless the crossbows run out of ammo, which that by then you're in real trouble. Trolls, I mean, I felt like, again, they kind of get stopped by pikes and polearms. That, again, is because I think their trample ability is not really that effective. I was told, like, they were supposed to be able to, like, defeat several fountain guards. They're going to be able to defeat fountain guards. Well, okay. Whether that they can, I don't really think they can. Because I don't think they have that trample ability, which they should be able to get. Halberdiers coming in here. They're going to flank. I mean, if they had an archer just to shoot into the backs of all these Loki, they do incredible right now. But the elves, I mean, they have some ammo left. I think maybe they're saving it. I'm not really sure. I mean, right now it's a bit of a rough position for the attacker. Sorry. I mean, they can either charge up and hit pole arms over here. There's a Bree halberdier waiting, or charge over on this side where there's Noldorian nobles waiting. So we've got actually footmen of Arnor rushing down the hill. I mean, there's the general that's left, really, and that's what's holding this army together. The general of Mordor, that is. That's holding this army together. His morale boost he gives. We've got the halberds coming in here to support against Arnor's infantry. It's not a bad idea, but I think they're going to get flanked. You can see the elves are doing a bit of the old flanking. And they'll flank around, and they'll hit these macemen in the back. We've got halberds up here just to protect that as well. Really well done here by the elves. The elven players done a really good job on making sure that flanks are being well protected. I mean, bar when the footmen got charged in the back over there. But we don't talk about that. These archer towers, they're very accurate. I mean, they just about missed. They were unlucky. Here we go. We're actually going to have the halberds charge in. They're like, you know what, we'll be aggressive. We're elves. We've won this fight. Which they probably have, but I hope you guys have enjoyed it. It's certainly been a fun one. Let's just watch. Yeah, the halberds here, they don't give a damn. They're done for. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this battle. It's certainly been an interesting one. It's nice to be back at Dawnless Days, doing more Lord of the Rings and doing some awesome sieges. It's kind of like, you know, how my channel like really took off. I can't thank you guys enough for it. It really is great. Oh, General's died though. Arnor, you know what? Can't come out of it entirely, you know, 100%. Getting a little bit of lag there at the end, I do apologise. But yeah, Arnor, you know, lost his general in the end. Shouldn't really matter. Footmen of Arnor should hold. We're actually seeing chain routes now by Wards of Rune, 84 men. Not a good sign. Elven archers being thrown in. They're solid in combat. Yeah, look at that. Wards of Rune breaking 82. That's rough to see. I mean, you just throw in this general now if I was Arnor. I mean, we might see just a mass rout. Some CI there getting focused down. Where's the general? Oh, he's over here. Mordor's general patiently waiting. Witch King, he's already won one fight. Doesn't really want to charge in some halberds. He might just chain route. If they lose all this, the general will chain route for sure. Numbers are just not good enough. That's how you lose. Morale, army losses. Big problem. Certainly a problem when you're like Mordor. Massive problem. Because you rely on numbers. And when you realize you're outnumbered, the orcs start to quiver in their boots. And they think, no man flesh for us today, and they run home back to Papasaron. I mean, really, I would feel like the Witch King should not break, because I guess he would retreat. Retreat to fight another day if he was defeated. I'm sure he's been defeated several times. Yeah, Stones the Eye there breaking. That's not good. I mean, yeah, all that's left now is one or throwing some archers, a catapult. Yeah, I'm gonna get some shots off. Even shooting these Noldorian nobles in the flank, it's tough to kill them with these archers. These Noldorian nobles have incredible armor. There you go. They've broken everything, I think, and there you go. A Pyrrhic victory for Eriador and a full Lindon. Well done to the defenders. They did an excellent job. This one was sent in by Zwayze, who was playing as Eriador. Well done to him. I haven't had any replays from him recently, but great to have some more. It's great to see him back playing Dawnless Days. So well done to him and to Jack Borg, who are playing as the defenders. Alex and MB playing as the attackers. Had a bit of a rough game, that is for sure, for both of them. But yeah, interesting to see what the money was for this one. I don't know if Zwayze might tell me, but yeah, I mean, this Elven army is pretty damn elite. It's pretty big as well. I mean, also the Mordor. I mean, they didn't bring much in the way of infantry, but like the cav and trolls and the Brawl Guards of Teeth are quite expensive. But yeah, we'll quickly have a look at some of the kills. Zwayze getting 137 kills with his general. 271 with the footmen of Arnor. Some good kills here with all the Arnorian footmen, actually. 189 with the Arnorian swordmasters. Spears, 94 kills. Polearms getting 173 kills. Dunedain Rangers getting 171 kills. 476 kills with the Gatekeepers. Incredible. These guys are nasty. Arnorian Knights getting 241 kills, and the other getting 115. Jack Borg getting 137 with his Noldorian swords, 157 with another, 210 with another. My gosh, some incredible kills here. Spears not getting incredible kills, but like 83 is not bad for a spear unit. And 71 for Noldorian nobles and still healthy. 150 with the archers, the best the bunch there. Alex playing as Mordor. His infantry had a rough time. 94 though on Uruk Throng, not too bad. Guards of the Teeth, unfortunately, getting like 40 kills is a real shame. Archers 88 is not bad. Trolls, yeah, getting like 50 each. Mordor had a rough game, 88 with the Onagers, actually one of his better kills. MB playing as the Eastlings, 66 kills with the Bane and Step General, 78 with the Varag Warriors, 93 with Ward's Runes, a bit of a shame. These guys usually get like 100, 150 kills. 169 with the Locrian Maceman here, though, is pretty good. Halberds 31 is again a bit of an oof. And 187 and 101 with these Varag Bowmen is good, though. And the Varag Lancers, 121 kills. But there you go, guys. That is today's Siege Battle. I hope you guys did enjoy. Do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and comment, show your support. Go and check out the merch and my Insta as well if you want to. Links in the description. And also feel free to join the Discord if you want to get involved in some Dawnless Days or send in your own replays. And until then, guys, I'll see you in the next one.